Hey guys, welcome to my another Eden 2.2 video Let's Talk series. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm just going to be going over what to expect in the 2.2 versions of the game leading up to the 2.3. So I'm going to be covering over mostly characters, manifests, and certain systems that they'll be implementing into the global game. So without further ado, we know from the English Twitter that we'll be getting the 2.2 version, part 2 of the story, by the end of April. Most likely this week, since the English Twitter account has been posting a lot of teaser artwork of the new upcoming storyline. We also have note of the upcoming characters banner for the first introductory update. It's going to be Kikyo and Nikeh Another Style. Out of these two characters, they're both very hype, very good in my opinion, although Kikyo does stand out to be a bit better because she has more individualized DPS output, some crazy nutty numbers she can attain, and her kit overall lets her cheese certain mechanics such as the Aquaji fights because she can avoid lethal damage. So let's go over the skills real quick as to what makes Kikyo pretty good. So she's a first unit that'll be scaling off of speed at a high level rate. And she has a skill such as her Whirlwind Miku dance that'll give her plus 30% speed while doing wind/attack damage to all enemies. It's a plus 30% speed buff for 3 turns and she could stack it 3 times. She can also inflict poison on enemies with Evil Buddha, and her bread and butter skills are the Storm Blade and her Crimson Blade Hell Vortex. So let's go over the Crimson Blade first. She will do wind/attack on a single enemy, XL, and slash type attacks on all enemies, XL, and this skill will increase based on her skill speed stat. And then her Storm Blade allows her to deal wind type slash attack on all enemies, extra large, and she's able to summon a clone. The clone will increase number of attacks and makes her immune to any buffs, debuffs, and status conditions. When hit by an attack, the clone will take the damage instead. And also, like her other skills, it'll be increased depending on her speed stat. Next up, I want to talk about Nikeh Another Style. So she's pretty unique because she can not only do damage, but she can also be debuffing the enemy. Although it does take up to 3 turns to maximize, but she can make a lot of content trivial because her attack, Iris, allows her to enable your water team to deal more damage since it also reduces the water type resistance by 25% for 3 turns. Her bread and butter skill, the Insane Sword Dance, will not only deal water type slash attack on a single enemy 3 times, which is only medium, but it'll inflict a power and intelligence debuff by 10% for 2 turns, but you could stack it up to 3 times, making it 30%. And her unique buff, which is a death pedal, will be added to her, and the more death pedals she has, it'll increase her critical rate more, up to a stack of 2. And the power of the skill increases if the target has pain, which you can apply by yourself if you want by using Samurai Sword. And it'll also ignore resistance. And her number of attacks will increase also based on the number of death pedals stacked. If the number of death pedals stacked is up to 2, the user is below 100% of her default health at the start of next turn, all death pedal stacks will be consumed and the user will be inflicted with stun. She has a fairly synergistic kit for herself, but also with anyone that can inflict or benefit from pain as well. So overall, she's a pretty cool unit to have. Both of them are great, and at the end of the day, go with which unit you need the most. If you need a wind unit, Kikyo's great. If you need a water unit still, Nikeh Another Style is great to have. So outside of that, what you can expect for character-wise that are coming up, you're going to have Tiramisu with her godlike damage, Mayunfa, which is currently the only Earth Zone provider, so she's very highly sought after. Renri Another Style, which is incredible fire DPS. Currently, she's still the reigning queen for fire DPS. Myris another style, which is going to be the best magic damage user in the game, currently still, although she's going to be the last unit to be released if they follow the Japanese release schedule. And some other characters that are well to mention are Altena, which is a story character, Seti another style, Felmina another style, which is a pretty unique tank that can be used to cheese certain fights since she can stun all enemy targets. And Bavette is also getting her 5-star form when they add the Another Eden cat battle system. Not to mention, they're going to be adding manifest weapons, more of them, and this is going to be in order from closest to later. Garyu and Leclerc are going to be introduced first, then Isuka Myris, Annabelle Shani, Lokido Melina, Serene Seti, Felmina, and then Bertrand should be getting their manifest weapons in 2.2s. So yeah, and with that said, like I said, they're also going to be adding that another Eden cat battle system where the cats can also equip more than one equipment, and that also includes the Bavette 5-star form. Don't know when they're going to release that exactly, since in the Japanese version it was towards the end, but Global is known to be combining and mix and matching certain updates, such as the Kikyo and Nikeh and other style potentially coming out together at the same time instead of separately. So that's what you guys can look forward to in 2.2. So there are some exciting units in this version that's coming up in the game. Who are you guys most excited to pull for? And let me know down in the comments. I'll see you guys later in the next video, alright? Have a good one. Bye-bye and take care.